Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from stampyourartout.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Andover, Minnesota in the US, and I'm here to bring you my regular weekly live online paper crafting class. And I'm so excited because this is Paper Pumpkin time. Just got my April kit, the Delicate Wings kit, a few days ago. And I started creating. I am not one of the ones to get the kit first. So my my alternates come out around, like the 21st is like the earliest I could ever get them out. But yeah, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. And today is the 24th. So it is April 24th, 2024 at 11 a.m. Central Time as I'm coming to you live. Please welcome Lisa Marshall. She is our moderator on YouTube today. Trisha Josephs can't be with us today, but Lisa is with us. And those of you on Facebook, we're with you. We're just not moderating right now, but I'll be able to see the comments as they roll in, and maybe I'll catch a question if you have one on Facebook. Anyways, please sit back, enjoy. I'm going to try to share a ton of stuff today. You guys, I created way too much with this kit. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, just like my friend Robin said. She gave me the alert. She goes, oh my gosh, did you see this kit? And I said, not yet. So it is. Robin, I agree with you. What do I want to tell you? Paper pumpkin kits are awesome. They come to your mailbox each month. You can pick which months you want them. So even though you become a subscriber, when you activate an account, you can take months off, you can cancel for a while, you choose the months, okay? And you don't have to commit to a certain number of months. So if you're new to Paper Pumpkin, it's really easy. It's just a fun surprise box of creativity that comes to your mailbox in the months that you want them, and you don't want to miss out because every month I do alternates. Been doing them since March of 2013 when Paper Pumpkin first began. So you can see alternates on my website at stampyourartout.com. If you go to Paper Pumpkin, you can see older posts, you can see more frequent posts, more newer posts, or whatever. You can find alternates for every single Paper Pumpkin kit there is out there. And I guarantee cards, and I guarantee at least one scrapbook page layout, and I try to do something 3D with every kit. So today I'm going to do a mixture of 3D and cards. In fact, I have some fun folds in there, and I'm bringing back a couple fun folds that I haven't done in a while, and they're a couple of my favorites. So let's see. Make sure that you're commenting. Please give me the thumbs up. Please share the video so that we can have lots of friends join in with us today. Please tell me where you're from, your crafting experience. It's so fun to read these after the live is done, even if I can't catch them all while the live is going. Okay, what else do I want to tell you? I think that is it as far as that goes. So let's bring it to the desktop. Okay, this is the kit. And it comes with, every kit comes with this. It's a little, like a direction sheet. So inside you have all the step-by-steps. And if you don't understand the English language, you don't have to worry about it because nothing's in English on there. And then we also have on the back side, you can scan the QR code and you can find the video that walks you through step by step on how to make the cards as intended. So you can just grab a paper snips and you're set to go. Sometimes you don't even need a scissors to put the kits together as is. The kits typically come with ink and stamps. And your first kit will come with a clear block, so you just keep using that clear block for future kits. You get all the consumables you need, and of course, like I said, the step-by-step directions. I have combined two kits, so you're going to see odd numbers in here if you start counting, like if you stop the video and you count. I have two kits worth that I dive into typically each month, so I've got a combination in here. The stamp set, I think this is my newer one. Hang on a minute. No, I guess this is my newer one. Okay, good. I didn't want to dive into my unused stamp set. Okay, so we have a basic gray ink pad that came with it. We have a clear photopolymer stamp set. And the stamp set you can store in this little folded slip of paper, and it shows the images right there. And then you have all your consumables, envelopes, layers, card bases. You have your adhesives. This kit came with dimensionals, although if you make alternates, you probably want to invest in additional dimensionals. So I did write that in the description of the video. There's glue dots to act as an adhesive for being flat adhesive, but there's also the tape runner. Sorry, it's not tape runner. It's a tear and tape, so it's tape on a roll. So you can get these adhesives. We have tear and tape. We have dimensionals. We even have glue dots. Where did I put them? Here they are. We even have glue dots. But you can add in adhesives like seal adhesive. I like to use that. I like to use multi-purpose liquid glue, which I put into my precision tip bottles. I also like to substitute my clear block that I get in the kit for ergonomic blocks from Stampin' Up. They're taller, they fit into my fingers really well, they're comfortable, they have rounded edges. So I'll be using those. And what else do I want to tell you? Oh, I'll be using the larger ink pad just because it's much easier for me to ink up a stamp if I don't have to take off the cap and flip this over and tap, tap, tap. You know, it's a convenient thing, but these are nice. These are so good to travel with. If you're going to give a little gift to somebody, you can add a little ink spot to it. It's a mini ink pad. They're really fun. Okay, let's set this box. I don't know. I don't have much desk space today. We'll just set it right here and we'll get started. I'm going to take a couple layers from our kit. And they look like this. And we're just going to do some basic stamping. So I will grab my stamps. Where did I put? Oh, those are back in here. It's going to get messy here today. All right, we're going to grab our stamps and we're going to grab the one that says Sending Thoughts. We'll mount that onto our D-size block. You want to have it upside down and you just grab your stamp. So it's positioned diagonally and that way you don't think about the edges of the block when you're stamping. And then I love this one too. We're going to mount that one onto another D-size block. And I think, oh, we're going to use little speckles. We'll use the speckles on like the B size. This one actually, I think I'm going to move it onto the C size just to show you that if you go diagonally, you can fit larger stamps on, okay? So let's put that back on the D because I like to have a little bit of edge around my stamps when I stamp. And for one of them, we're going to just put the straight sentiment. So to ink up your stamp, you're just going to pounce up and down. And you're going to stamp right in the middle, lower middle. I'm about 1/4 inch from the bottom. Oh, and I forgot my little Stampin' Pierce mat. This is a nice tool to have when you're going to stamp with photopolymer because it puts a little cushion, and it didn't work that time. Sometimes it helps if I pick it up real slowly, I can then transfer it and press down again. But this will give you a more even stamping surface. Let's put that one aside and let's bring this piece in now. This one I'm going to do some stamping off. So I'm going to show you how you can get a couple tones with one ink color. So we have our basic gray ink. Again, that's the color that comes in the kit. I'm going to stamp off to get that color onto my scrap paper. And then I'm going to come over, and I'm just going to peek at my finished one here to make sure I got it right. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add some speckles here. And you can see that it's a lighter color ink. It's not the deep gray. Should I zoom in a bit? It's not the deep gray that you see on the sentiment, okay? You can see the difference here. Let's do that again. Let's add another soft speckle. We'll do that one maybe down in here. And then we'll do another one off to the side over here. Okay, so I've got some speckles going on that one. That's always fun. It's fun to add a little texture, even if it's visual texture, to your crafting projects. Okay, now for this stamp, I'm going to do something even more different. We're going to take some tape and we're going to add, I'm just using like Scotch magic tape here. We're going to add a little bit of tape over the word, the last part of the word here that says, what does it say? Surrounding? Yeah, surrounding. I didn't even read the sentiment. Okay, it says surrounding you with love, and we're going to cover up the word you. So you and surrounding are covered up now. Then I'm going to ink up the stamp, and I'll try not to get too messy here, so we'll ink it off to the side. And you can see that there's ink on the tape, but we're going to remove the tape. We're going to trash that. I'm going to throw it in my garbage right now so I don't get my fingers on it. And we're going to stamp that down here in the lower left. So what I've got is just the words "with love" on there. Next, we're going to take a couple butterflies from the kit and we're going to put glue dots just through the middle. And again, I could use the glue dots that come in the kit. These are just quick and easy because you just take and open it. You lay your piece right on top where you want to grab that glue dot and you pick it up. So it's a pretty quick and easy application with our roll glue dots. And I'm putting them in the middle. I'm putting 1, 2 across the middle. I'll do that on each butterfly here. 1. And I have to kind of use my fingernail to grab it also. Or you could take, some people like to use the take your pick tool and they pick it up and then set it down. You can do that too. All right, so there we have our glue dots on there. For this one, we're going to put the butterfly on here smack dab in the middle so that we see a little bit of the wings of these two butterflies, but now it's almost kind of covered them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler. I've got a straight edge here, and I'm going to start it on the body, and I'm going to move over just a little bit, and then I'm going to come underneath here. And if you want to, you can take another tool like a bone folder and just kind of give it a bend, and that gives it a nice even bend. So start at the body. Oops, sorry, we're kind of getting out of view here. Start at the body, move in a bit, get under there, and bend. And now you have a butterfly that's coming off of the page. We're going to save that for another project. On this one, same sort of thing. This one I'm going to go up a little bit higher. We're going to cover up that blue wing a bit. Okay, but it's still centered. It's still centered on that paper, but we've covered up the blue wing. We're going to start at the body, move over a little bit, come underneath here just to lift it, and then bend. Same thing on this side. We have flying butterflies. Yay! It's always, butterflies are amazing, aren't they? So are dragonflies. Do you guys see my necklace? I got this necklace from my friend Janine the other day. She's so sweet. She's a demonstrator in our group, and she came over and she gifted me that. And I love dragonflies. All right, so thank you, Janine. So we're going to set that aside also. That is ready for one of our projects. Those are basic stamping, and it's very simple to put together cards with just those layers, just like that. Now let's bring in an envelope. And we're going to do some alterations on the envelope to make it become paper for us for making cards with. So you may want to add in like some extra envelopes, some medium-sized envelopes, because we're cutting these down. We're going to cut this so that we're dividing the solid from the printed. And you can kind of see in the channel of your trimmer where the printing stops and starts. We'll need that piece. So save it. And now we're going to take and cut just a little bit off each end. You can go right over the top of the dark area of your channel of your trimmer here, and that will remove about 1/16 of an inch of the envelope and allow you to open it. So let's do that on both sides. I like to go the sides first, or oopsie, oh, my blade isn't sharp enough. I'm going to grab a new blade, you guys. I knew when I was doing my videos, I pre-recorded some videos yesterday, and I was having an issue with that blade, and I thought, you know what, this one fell out. I don't know what side is the sharp side. So I'm just going to move it into, there's a little area down here on your trimmer that's a circle, and you can slide it out of there. And now I'm going to grab my refill blades, and we'll take a new one out of here. And we'll just slide it into that little spot. Okay, this one's going to probably have to go in the garbage. When it catches like that, it's probably something that needs to go, okay? All right, so now we've got that, and now with a sharp blade, we can cut right on the score line. If you don't have a sharp blade, cut either to one side or the other of your score line. But I'm going to show you. See, it's super smooth. It's like butter. Oh my gosh, such a difference. We don't need our layer that big though. We want it to be 4 1/8. And that's such a smooth cut there. I'm just going to keep it. 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Again, this is going to be a layer that we set aside for now. But this piece, we're going to cut a little bit different. We're going to cut that. Where's my scrap pile? There. It's going to go over there. This one we're going to cut a little bit different. We want to have a piece that is 4 inches tall, I believe. Yes, 4 inches tall. So, and I'm going to measure here. Yes, 4 inches tall. We want it to match that. So you can see, if I turn it this way, you can really see that we can cut off a good portion of each edge to get in that 4-inch range. So I'm not going to worry about it much. I'm just going to go to this spot here where I can see that channel becoming visible, and I'm going to trim that off. We don't need that. And now I can come and flip it over because I have a flat edge here, and I can go to the 4-inch mark, and I can cut on that side. And then we can trim this down to the size we need, and we're just going to bring that over to our pile because now we're going to start our card. This piece is going to go for our first card. This one's going to go for our third project. All right, let's bring in the first card. These are the pieces that you're going to need for the first card. You're going to need the card base that has the speckled background. Oops. And it folds just like, you know, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It fits into our medium-sized envelopes. We have the gold layer. We have this fun layer, and this fun layer actually pops up like this. So you can make those wings fly. And then we have the piece that we just cut from the envelope because that matches this, and we're going to make this go as one complete layer onto our card. So let's work with this piece, and I'm going to set those over there because I've already got some things cut because we are moving fast today, you guys. We're going to do the same thing that we did where we're going to put our ruler onto our butterfly, and I'm going to hold it flat this time because I definitely want to make sure that I have the same amount of edge here. So I'm going to scoot it over, and I'm scooting it over just so that I cover up the body of the butterfly. The gray body of the butterfly is gone. Now I can get underneath, and because this is a very lacy wing here, you want to make sure that you have something flat to help fold it upward, okay? If you're doing it with your fingers, it's not going to be even. Do the same thing over here. Lay it down. Cover up the body of the butterfly and make sure that the same amount of light crumb cake shows here. And we're going to get underneath there, and we're going to fold up. So now we have our butterfly trying to fly away. So pretty. Okay, hence Delicate Wings. Perfect name for this kit. So now we're going to bring in our card base, and this is one that I already started cutting. We're cutting a little slit into it. We're making a butterfly closure card. A long, long time ago, I don't remember how many years ago, but I was at a convention, and Shelley Gardner and Sarah Douglas were on stage. I think it was both of them. It was at least Shelley. Shelley had shown this folded heart inside her card, and she made a little slit, and then she made the folded heart go through the slit and open up to close the card shut. So you had to just pinch the heart, and you could slide the card, you know, or heart through the hole, and the card would open up. So then I went crazy, and I made butterfly closure cards and dragonfly closure cards. So we're back to a butterfly closure card. So I've already cut some slits here. So let me tell you where I put them. What I did, here's the front of the card, okay? I took and I laid my card in my trimmer at the 1 3/4 inch mark. Can't see it, can you? 1 3/4 inch mark. Okay, so front of card, back of card, left edge. Here's the 1 3/4 inch mark, and then I scooted it 1/16 of an inch to the right. So it's just under, this measurement going in here is just under 1 3/4 inches, okay? And I started my cut at the 4 7/8 inch mark on my trimmer. So I went to 4 7/8. Put the middle of my blade, this is where the blade sits underneath, is right in this spot. So I put the blade down. I'm going to lift this up and position it one more time here. I put it down right there, and I slid it so that it went to the 7 1/8 inch mark. Okay? Then I went and turned it this way. I did this cut next because I much rather would have if I'm going to go beyond my cuts, I'd want to go beyond in this direction on my card than this direction. You'll see on my first card that I went beyond a little bit in this direction, and I actually had the measurements off, so my slit is here instead of where it should be, and you can notice it. So we're trying to make our little slits as easy to cover up as possible. If you have a punch that slides in, you could try that. Word window punch, I think, was the first one that we used to do this with. There was another one that I used recently. I can't remember the name of it. And then we had we have dies. So if you have a die that you want to use in there, the die set that we used to have is, I think, retired now. It came with the cracker treat boxes. Yeah, that one. So that one has some that are cut in a similar shape. Okay, so now I'm putting my card back in my trimmer, and I'm going to the, let's see here, 3 5/8 inch mark. So I rotated at 90 degrees, and I went to the 3 5/8 inch mark, and I made this little slit. And I started my blade at the 2 1/6, what was it? 2, let's see. I started at, oh, is that, hang on. Oh, I started at 2 1/16. That's what, okay. So I started here at 2 1/16, and I went back to just under 1 and, oh, where was that? Let me look here. Just under 1 3 quarters, like we had said, right? 1 3/4 was that special mark. So just under there. All right. So then I did that down here where I positioned my piece at 1 3/8. And I started the same cuts, 2 1/16 to just under 1 3/4. So now let's move this over. We're going to move it over to the, and I want to make sure I tell you this right, we're going to move it over to the 2 1/16 mark. So you can see some of the common measurements. It's just a matter of what order are you doing them in, right? So we're going to start at the 4 7/8. We're just cutting a slit. And we're going to move down to, what is it, 7 1/8. There it is. We have our hole. If you need to, it's better to undercut so you can come in with your snips and you can just trim it up. We'll move this out of the way for now. We're going to fold this, crease the score line with our bone folder, and now we're going to do some decorating on the front. I have these pieces cut from this piece here, and the way that I cut them, this direction first. Okay, so a 2 1/4 inch high piece here. That's how tall this little hole is. 2 1/4. Or yeah, 1 1/4. And then I took this piece and I said, oh, how can I do another 2? There it is, right there. 2 1/4. It's okay if they're a little off on the ends because we're just going to snip them. So all you would have left then is this piece, which you could use on another card. So let's take and turn this over, use our seal adhesive, and we're going to add these right along here. So I'm going to put this flush to the hole. In fact, I'm going to put my little Stampin' Pierce mat under here so I can see the darkness and I can make sure that I'm going right up to that hole. And I lay this down, do the same thing on this side, and I'm going to lay it down like that. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to use a long bladed scissors, or you could put it back in your trimmer, but a long bladed scissors helps you to line things up and cut really straight. We can use that piece. It's 1/4 inch wide, and I'm going to apply it to the inside of my card. This one maybe, I mean, you could use that instead, but you want to pick a width, or a height, I should say, because it's going to be going in this direction, okay? So now we're going to save that and use it. On the inside, we're going to add our butterfly. So let's flip it over, and we know we can put glue, because the tape runner is going to be hard to get in all those little spots, okay? Linda's already liking this. Thanks. She needs to case it. Thank you, Linda. Okay, so now we're going to put glue on here. We're going to go lightly around the edges. You never want to put on too much glue. You don't want it to seep out. I'm just going to go along the edges here. And then we're going to come around the butterfly. We're going to go into the body. We're going to go underneath, around the wings. Just a light coating of adhesive. And then maybe just a little bit through there. Okay, so I'm going to hold this up so you can see where I glued. Hopefully you can see that. And then we're going to lay this down in here so that you have 1/8 of an inch around the whole butterfly body. And you can check by putting this window down on top, but the body needs to be centered. And it is! Yay! Okay, so we've got our body centered. You might say, why did I add this gold here? Because the butterfly kind of gets lost when you have your card open like or closed like this. It kind of gets lost in all the speckles. And this color here kind of like it's a solid, it's a different color rectangle than the white base. So I thought, why don't we just kind of make a rectangular kind of layer there, and it's going to help blend it in. So that's how you keep your card shut. We have the remaining section here that is just, let's see, it's 1 3/4 inches. So now we're going to take this piece and our trimmer, and we're going to cut it to 1 and, what did I say? 1 3/4? Yes, 1 3/4 inches. We're also going to cut another layer that is 3/4 inches. So I'm using this side of my trimmer over here, and I'm going to cut a 3/4 inch piece. And I may need another one, so I'm going to do one more. 3/4 inches. If you have a tiny little piece like that and you're trying to hold on to it in your trimmer, take a Post-it note and grab onto the edge that you normally would try to hold on to with your hands. And it will, let's lift it up one more time here. It will help you to grab that piece as you're trimming it in your trimmer. So ta-da! Got 2 of those done. I think I need 2. I'm not sure if I do or not. Save that piece, you may need it. That the Post-it note, the sticky note. This just gets added here. Before we do that, let's do this piece. Remember I said this is a fun one to add? Okay, it still has a little stickiness on it. If it doesn't, I would recommend the thin line of glue. But we're just going to add this underneath. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to add this first because the wording kind of dictates where you're going to have this beautiful champagne foil piece added. So it is added here, right? So I'm just going to put that on because it's already sticky. And it's flowing with the words. And I've got it nice and parallel to the bottom of the card. We're going to trim it off. And we'll use this last piece. Now this might, yeah, we're going to have to add some glue to this. So we'll add just a little bit of glue there. Shake it down because I didn't put it upside down when I put it off to the side. Okay, and then we're going to flip it. And we're going to use our ruler again. The ruler has become a friend, I'll tell you. And it kind of tells you, let's see here, that looks good. So now I'm going to lift this side up a bit. Oh, yeah, I glued that one down really well, didn't I? So I'm not going to lift it up a bit. I'm just going to set it down. Okay, Rachel's moving too fast. Let's see if we can get under there. I glued it down really well. Oh, good. There's a little bit of a lift there. Okay, so I'm going to slide it under there. And then we're going to use the ruler and we're going to shift it. I'm thinking, so I'm not talking. Oh my gosh, Rachel, keep talking. All right, there. I think I got the glued part connected. I did. I can feel it. You might want to glue that piece before you glue that edge. And there we have that. We have one more thing to add to this card, and that is the sentiment on the front. So the sentiment on the inside says, I'm always here for you. So on the front, I am using the one that says, here it is, everything will be okay. We'll peel that off. We'll add that to a clear block and we'll stamp it. And we're going to make it go all the way to the left edge. Well, no, sorry, I lied. let's first measure it. I think I had it too far in last time. We want it to be 3 3/8 inches. Take our trimmer. We'll cut it to 3 3/8. We want it to go to the right edge, not the left edge. So we're going to ink it up, stamp it down so that our OK is close to the right. That's what we want. And then we're going to add this. And yes, we did need this other piece. So we'll just try to line this up with the middle. Oops, we got to go over just a tad. Hang on. We probably should have gone a little longer. That's okay. You're going to see the finished one. The finished one is exact. I'm going fast, you guys, right? Oh, we need a little bit more adhesive on there. And we have a little bit of hair on there. Rachel's shedding again. Did you know that? Pretty soon I'm going to be sporting some different toppers because I'm shopping for them. If you deal with hair loss yourself, toppers are kind of a nice option and a lightweight option, especially in hotter months. And I'm actually getting kind of excited about adding some extra hair to my head. I went through some hard times earlier. Gave up on medicine because it was doing other things to my body. And so there's that finished card. So I am now seeing the shedding happening again because the minoxidil is out of my system and the hair is falling out, and we're going to be sporting some toppers soon. So I'm wearing my other one here and there, but I'm looking at other colors. So yeah, there we go. There's the outside, there's the inside. Okay, there's one card. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's move on to the next project. The next project was inspired by a swap that I got from my friend CJ. CJ, I don't know if you're watching, but sometimes you do. This is her card that she swapped for our team swap recently. I haven't even posted these on my website yet because we just swapped last Thursday. And it's a mini Mira card. This is a card that has a really fun tessellation type of design in it. And if you get really complicated with this, origami-wise, you can make flat paper become kind of a mechanism, a machine of sorts, right? It's really cool what you can do with tessellations and Miri Ori type folds. So that brings me to, oh my gosh, Candace, CJ, guess what? I took that idea from Fold Factory, which is a YouTube channel, and they did not have it catered to Stampin' Up's card size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. They just had a brochure. So what she does on Fold Factory, and I can't think of her name, but she's a sweetheart, and she shares all these different kinds of different folds from brochures and pamphlets and stuff like that. And I was watching and I was like, oh my gosh, it was a really cool fold. It was a little bit more complicated than this fold, but these are like the original cards that I designed based on her video that she put out there. She had no measurements on it. I figured it out on my own, and I catered it again to the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch size card base. And you can see those butterflies can pop off the top and bottom of the card. So this was the type of fold that was originally shared. It looks like, let's see if I can find it here. Here it is. Okay, so do you see this? It's way different because it has an extra fold in the front and the back. And that's how the card base in her design came to what originally looked like. So I altered it and made it simpler. And since then, it's been really fun to see people sharing it. So I'm going to show you how to make this one, which has the butterflies coming off the top and bottom, again, like my original ones that I did. But I love an alteration, and I don't know who brought this into play. Thank you, whoever it was. But they put an extra panel on the back because now you can take and stand it up. It's a Mira fold display card, right? So let's make that. You want to have 12 by 12 cardstock. Okay, 12 by 12. Ooh, we got to zoom out. 12 by 12. And you want to cut it to 5 1/2 by 12 inches. So I've already done that. Got my piece ready. And let's see here, where is it? Oh, this is the one. And then I scored it. And you can't see very well on here, can you? I scored it at 4 inches and at 8 inches, or 4 inches in from each side. That's where you have to start. You've never made one before? It's a really fun card. You're going to love it. So after you've done that, then you're going to put some other score lines in there. So let me just demonstrate putting the score line on one side, and then I'll show you what I've got here. So you're going to take and fold. If you want to, you can do this fold now. It helps, but you don't have to until later, especially if you're going to do some stamping on a panel or something. Okay, after you have those creases in there, then you're going to imagine what's the front, what's the back, right? It doesn't really matter, I guess. Front and back. You're going to go 2 inches down on the first fold and 2 inches up on the second fold. So we'll work on the second fold because it's really nearby. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. I'm going to lay my ruler down so that I have the 2-inch mark here on the bottom, and I'm going to just mark it right here at the top with a pencil that I can erase with. And good, you can see that mark. Then I'm going to mark over here on this score line, because in your trimmer, in the channel of your trimmer, it's nice to have a little dark mark to look at. And then this is obviously the point. So you're going to score from here to here and here to here. You can do it with your trimmer if you can manipulate it, get it in there. You can also use something like this, which is the Stampin' Pierce mat, and then you use your stylus tool, which comes with the take your pick, and you just line up a ruler with that mark. So the marks are like that, and then you press. The only thing with this technique is that you really kind of have to press into it several times or press hard to get that score line to fold. Okay, so you get those score lines in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've already marked off and scored this piece. So let's put that, let's get that going here. Let's see here, I got it going this way, and this way, and this way, and this way. Okay, showing you where the folds go. This is going to fold back. This is going to fold forward. All right, so let's review all the folds now so you know which direction everything's going. You may see a little overlap on either end. If that bugs you, you can trim it. You can certainly do that. For speed purposes, I'm not going to worry about it. This one is going to fold backwards. Okay, this is the top left, and it's going to fold backwards. So when you do that, you can take and fold it in like this. Use your bone folder and give it a good crease on either side. But you only focus on one fold at a time. And then you can bring them together and you lay them down and you make sure that everything's still aligned. And then you give it a good crease overall. Okay, and that'll help to fold the back one here in the right direction as well. Now we'll go to this one. And this one's going to come forward. So we're going to go like this and like this, working on one crease at a time. Then overlap them. Make sure that they're lining up again and give them a good crease. All right, now we can decorate. So decorating, you're going to use your designer paper card base, your card base designer paper. And we are going to get our trimmer in here. We're going to cut at 4 inches. And I think I forgot to write down these measurements, Rachel. Oh my gosh. I did. I forgot to write them down. We're going to have to guess. Okay, it's 4 inches. I do know that. We're going to do that with both sides. So we want a 4-inch piece. Oh no, it's smaller than that. I lied. Hang on, let me get a different one because I'm going to need a piece for later. Okay, it is 3 3/4. 3 3/4 inches. And then this one's going to be 3 3/4 inches also, leaving us with an inch piece here for another project. We're going to cut this down. Oh gosh, forgive me. I did not, let's see here, did not take notes on that. It's a 1/4 inch there. That one's going to shift that way. 5 1/8. 5 1/8. It's 5 1/8 inches and 5 1/8. Okay, and we're gonna do these both at the same time. So we're gonna mark on one of them. We're gonna mark down, and it's an interesting measurement. It is 1 7/8. So we'll do that mark on one piece, and then we'll cut them both at the same time. Where is my, here it is, my ruler. I just had my ruler. And for this one, this is gonna be our front, just because I decided to pick it. So we're gonna go down on this side, 1 7/8 inches, and mark it, okay? And that mark is gonna connect with this top corner. This one is going to be on the other side of the card, and the mark has to be here, because if you look at the card again, this is where one mark is, and this is where the other mark is. So looking at that, here's one, here's the other, which means if we're gonna cut these both together, we want to rotate this one, just in case it has a direction. This paper does not really have a direction to it. The butterflies are kind of going wherever they want to. We'll line that up. We got our mark here, we've got our corner there. We'll line it all up, and we'll go like that. Okay, so now we can take and match them up again, like that. These two pieces, though, we want to trim down a little bit more. We want to trim off 1/4 of an inch from the top. I'm going to flip it over this way so that my flat edge is against this part of my trimmer, and we're going to trim off this long edge 1/4 of an inch in. So line it up in the channel like that. You can save these pieces. I'm sure you could use them somewhere else. Okay, let's grab those. You can try to match them up again with your card. There we go. Doesn't matter though, because they're separated far enough where you won't see that. Now we'll take and add them to our card base. Whoops! Throwing things on the floor. And then it goes like this. Let's flatten it down a bit here. For taping, you'll want to put these pieces close to each other with this tip in this corner. I know that's not where it's going to line up when you add it to your card, but when you do it this way, you can bring your adhesive over the top of both those corners and along that edge, and it's much easier to get edge to edge with your corner piece that way. Okay, we'll set that aside. Add adhesive all the way around. I like to really make sure my adhesive is on for these layers. All right, so then you just try to center it the best you can. It's not a perfect fit. There is going to be a tiny bit angle difference right in this section here, but it's really close. For this one, you want to make sure that the top and this edge here are the same distance as these edges here, okay? If this is a little gappy, it's not as big of a deal. Do this again. We'll add our pieces like this. In fact, you know what? I'm going to move on because you guys know how to do that. And then what I did is I took my Surrounding You with Love, stamped it on here. I added dimensionals to the back side and stuck it down here so it popped up a bit, okay? And then I see that someone's trying to tag Trisha. Trisha is not here today, you guys. She is absent today. And then for the, it's Lisa Marshall. Lisa Marshall's helping us. For the butterflies, you want to kind of figure out where they're going to fit, where when the card closes, they're not going to get in the way. Okay, they're not going to stick out here. They're not going to clash with how it folds. So you have to kind of look at that as you add your butterflies. And I added my butterfly so that the adhesive was on this lower part of this wing like that. And then I could pop up the butterfly. I think I actually put it on the bottom of the body. And then I still popped up the two wings. So let's take a peek at the whole finished card again so you can see that. Let me move these over. All right, so butterfly, I guess I have that one more upright. This one's on with a glue dot in the middle. This one's on with a glue dot in the middle. And this one has glue dots at the bottom, not on the wing, so the wing can pop up and on that sitting butterfly. This one has glue dots in the middle also. And this is a thing, with this one you want to either angle it or you want to shift it to the left, because when you close it, there is a risk of the wings showing behind too if you don't angle that butterfly. The last thing to do on this card is just add your panel to the back side. And you just want to have a 4-inch, and here it is, 4-inch by 5.5-inch tall panel. And that will just get stuck on the back side, and it will help to hold your card in place. A lot of people like to decorate their cards throughout, so this back panel could also be where you sign your card. So that is the mini Mira card. And let's see here, let's move on to the next card. The next item. The next item is a really fun container. Oh gosh, will we have time? I don't think we're gonna have time. I'm gonna have to do the container later, okay? We're gonna do the other two projects instead because those are quick and easy. The container is gonna have to wait. So no 3D, well there is one 3D at the end. It's not really 3D, it's a pouch. Okay, so for this next project, you need a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, cut in this direction at 5.5, scored through the middle at 4.25. So you have your card base. So we're bringing in lots of white cardstock for our extra supplies. Again, if you are unfamiliar with my channel, you don't know how it works, I do have the supplies listed in the description of the video. And when the blog post goes live, I've set it for 1 o'clock instead of 12:15 today, just in case I went overtime. I just wanted to have some leeway, but I might release it earlier. There is a link right now in the description of the YouTube video. After the video is done, about 5-10 minutes later, I'll transfer that description into the Facebook description so that you can, or maybe you already have the description. I don't know. Things get confusing for me on Facebook, but I'll transfer it over there. And then you can click on the blog link for sure by 1 o'clock, and you'll be able to access photos of these projects. Oh gosh, the measurements and the PDF is not in a paper pumpkin video because there's just too many items. So I don't share the PDF like I normally do on my Wednesday lives, but you will see photos of all the projects. The video is embedded there, and the list of supplies is at the bottom for purchasing these items, just like the list is in the video description. This is really easy. I just take that layer that I cut from the envelope base. I'm going to flip this over, add adhesive in the 4 corners. I'm going to put it down onto this layer here. You could pop this up with dimensionals if you want a little bit more lift on your card. You could even pop this layer up on dimensionals if you want to. I'm going to add it flat, and we'll just go right on the front with a 1/16 of an inch border of white all the way around. It gives for a nice, beautiful little trim like that. So that is that card. Easy, right? We pretty much did the whole thing at the beginning of the video. And then we have an interesting little gift holder that I learned how to make from my friend Robin Walston. So Robin, a different Robin than the one I mentioned earlier, that was Robin Jardine. Robin Walston gifted me this really fun little packet in the mail. And so I'm going to show you how to make it with 12 by 12 paper. We're using the Nature's Sweetness. Oh, there's my trimmer. We're using the Nature's Sweetness paper. And remember, it's 12 inches across here. So we're going to fold the 2 sides in. I'm actually going to go with this. I think this gold is very close to the champagne color that's in the kit. Champagne is more of a duller type of foil color, softer, I should say. We're going to score, and we're going to score in, and I believe, and this is where I should have written down measurements here too. I believe, I'm just going to measure it really quick. Yes, 3 1/4 inches. So we're going to move to the 3 1/4 inch mark. If there was a direction on your paper, it might not work. There are words on here, but they're written in both directions. It's kind of funky, cool. So I'm not worried about a direction happening with this paper. I'm going to score at 3 1/4 inches. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the opposite side. 3 1/4 inches. And along the bottom, and you pick whichever you want for the bottom, we're going to score at 4 1/4 inches. So I'm going a little bit further than her original pouch. I think she scored not as high. Nope, she went to 3 3/4 inches. I'm doing 4 1/4 because I'm going to show you a fun little accent to do with this kit. So we're going to 4 1/4 using our scoring blade. Be very careful when you score onto designer paper, because even though it's not a blade and it's just supposed to put pressure with a rounded little nub there on the underside, it will sometimes cut your designer paper. So be really careful, okay? All right. Lisa, how's everything going? Lisa is our moderator today. She's doing a great job. All right. Trisha is not with us today, you guys. We miss her, don't we? But we love Lisa. Lisa's usually on Facebook, but Facebook comments I can't go back, or YouTube comments I can't go back to and answer questions on once a live is done. I can't actually click on any of that and comment back. All right, so here we have our two sides. We have our bottom, and this is how it comes together. We're going to take the two sides. We're going to fold those inward. We're going to grab these corners. We're going to fold down manually with our hands so that this top edge meets up with the side edge, like that. And then I'm just going to crease with my fingernail for now. Do the same thing over here, making sure this is a nice sharp corner up here. There we go. Hold that down and then flatten it out. Then we're going to come back. We're going to fold this way. This is an added thing that I did, Robin. Forgive me. We're going to fold this one down now. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at this edge, and I'm checking to make sure that they look parallel to the top and sides of the card. They don't have to be perfect, but I just wanted that to, look pretty darn close. Okay, so that will give you an even width on this little layer. So we're going to add a little adhesive here, and then a little adhesive here, and we'll fold that back like that. Same thing on the other side. So we have folded it this way, and then we're going to come back and we're going to fold it again, just going right up. That point is going to go right up to that crease, looking at this side and this bottom to make sure that they're parallel with the top and bottom edges of my pouch. Fold it down. Oops, adhesive. And you don't even need a lot because you almost kind of want to have a little shadow there anyways. So I'm just putting adhesive behind the middle part so that we still have that fun lift. And then you can pick, which side you want on top and which side you don't want on, whatever. And we're just going to go right along the bottom here. We have, I think, it's a whole 1 inch overlap. So we have plenty of room to put that adhesive on there. And now we have to retrain this fold. This fold was a lot easier to fold up when we didn't have the bulk of these layers in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to crease again with the bone folder, and you're going to notice that it has a little bit of a give. I'm doing mine differently than Robin. Robin had her adhesive along the sides here so that this was nice and snug, and that will work. You can even push it in if you want to and do it that way so that you have a wider pocket in here. But what I'm going to do, oops, I don't think I got my adhesive all the way through. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put adhesive right through here. And you can use your tear and tape adhesive that comes in the kit. I'm just going to grab this because the roll is handy. You just put a couple little strips there, about 1.25 inches in. And then, of course, you want to have some going across the top too. Oops. Rachel needs her take your pick tool because her fingernails that don't have polish on them that should be able to get under there, we're struggling. Okay, and then this goes right up here, just tape to tape. Okay, so we're avoiding putting adhesive on the sides here. Sorry I altered this so much, Robin. No, it's not too much. I'll show you her original one. It's pretty cool. So then I've got this adhered there, and you can see my pocket allows for a little bit more roominess. Where did that one stamped layer go that we had? Here it is. This piece, we're just going to adhere straight on. You could put dimensionals under it if you want to, but then that would produce a little bit more of a gappy look on the front. I want this to just be flat, and that is the reason I went 4¼ inches up, because I wanted this layer to fit in there. So there's that, and then you can add your, oh, I must have eaten it. Just kidding. I don't know where it is. I had a chocolate bar ready for it. You'll see it in the photo. Maybe I put it back in the closet. Here is my other one. This one I have to get more adhesive under. It keeps popping up on me. Okay. So you can see I've got a couple of them done here. This is the one that she gifted me, and it's full of goodies. I've got a card in here. I've got a magnetic little 3M Post-it note, little sticky note pouch. A cup, I think the mint one is gone too. She gave me a little mint bar. She gave me a kind bar. She gave me a pen. I forgot to mention that when I shared this in my team group. I have a pen. I have a couple little, in their own little pouch, a couple little nail files, brightly colored. And then I have this fun little wrapped up hydrating sheet mask. Now that I've shared it with you, I'm actually going to use it. So excited. I love masks and exfoliants and things that you put on your face. It's so fun to pamper yourself. So that's my little pouch from Robin, and I just thought I would share that as an exclusive idea with the paper pumpkin kits. Let's bring in all those ideas again. Let's see if I can find them all on my table. Oh no, that one's not. Okay, here it is. The cards. I didn't get to the 5th project, and I'm feeling so bad. I'm actually gonna have to take that off of my my blog post before 1 o'clock because I want to share how to make that. It's super cute. I got the idea from Teresa Glow. All right, so there we go. Lots of great ideas. Mini Mira, the butterfly closure card, a simple layered card, and then Robin's pouch. Yay. Let's see if there's any news to share with you. Yes, there is. On my blog, I did put a little notice there. I have paper pumpkin kits from the past that I've been collecting and collecting and collecting because I used to do in-person events and craft fairs and stuff like that. I'm no longer doing them, and they don't need to keep piling up in my storage. So I've been selling them on my website. You can find them at stampyourartout.com. You can go there, click on shop, go down to paper pumpkin past kits or something like that. Click there and shop from there if you're interested in any past kits. You don't have to be a subscriber to get those past kits, and they are full kits ready to go. I'm going to turn that off tonight, though, because my son, Nick, and I are going to be going on Stampin' Up's incentive trip to Mexico. We're going to be in the Playa del Carmen area at Xcaret Resort. So excited. And we're leaving early Saturday morning. So I don't want to be worrying about any mailings and things like that. I'm going to be turning off my catalog request form, too. I don't want to have those sitting there yelling at me saying, oh my gosh, somebody's waiting for a catalog or somebody's waiting for a paper pumpkin kit. So I'm going to turn those things off. The catalog thing probably tonight as well. Anyway, so check that out and shop if you need to. Otherwise, when I come back after May 4th, you'll be able to see those offerings again. New things that Stampin' Up! Has just shared. We have a new starter kit promotion happening next month starting May 1st, going through the end of May, and it's amazing. I think it's $82 worth of new in-color products. The stamp pads, designer paper pack, an assortment of cardstock, and then the Stampin' Right markers are added into your kit for free. So if you've ever dreamed of getting discounts on Stampin' Up! Product, you can get the starter kit and be on the demonstrator side of things. You don't have to demonstrate. You can be what we call a hobbyist or a discount shopper and just support yourself and shop that way. And that's a great time to get the kit. That information is in my blog post. Also, the clearance rack got refreshed yesterday. I don't know how much was in there at midnight. By the time I looked at it at 7 a.m., there wasn't a ton left, but I do know that things go fast on the clearance rack. So you might want to check out the clearance rack. That link is also in the description or at the bottom of my blog post today. And did I miss anything, Lisa? We have prizes to draw. We're going over just a tad here. I'm trying to think if there's any other prizes. If you want in on paper pumpkin kits, I do have a link in the description of my video for signing up, getting set up to be a subscriber with paper pumpkin kits. And you would then, if you don't have a demonstrator or you're not one yourself, you can choose to have me as your demonstrator. You get spoiled. We have exclusive ideas. Gifts and things like that happen, all kinds of fun stuff. So you might want to check that out. I also have links for my original Mini Mira card in the description of my video and for the butterfly closure cards. And there's so much news, you guys. The new catalog starts May 1st. So next week I will not be going live on that date. Oh, I know what I'm looking for. I'm not going to be going live on that date because I will be in Mexico, probably by the beach or by the pool, enjoying the weather, but I will have my laptop and phone nearby in case anyone has a question. If you're on my newsletter list, you may have already gotten a notice though about that. And this group of demonstrators, we're in the less than 1%. So it's not a lot of us out there that achieve this trip, but we do this as a business. So we probably will all be sitting with our phones and computers that day in case we have customers that have questions. If your question can be directed to Stampin' Up! Directly though, I did put the 1-800 number in my newsletter. If you can call them directly, that would help me out so that I'm not on the phone all day and I can enjoy the pool. Okay, last week, prize winners received, what was it? It was a dimensional pack and a slightly used mono adhesive, mono multi-purpose Tombow liquid glue. That adhesive and the sheet of, or the dimensional pack went out to a couple winners. And let's see here, we did not have this person claim it. Beth on YouTube did not. It was Adam, let's see here, Adams Beth 1. Oh, she did not get back to me on a question I had asked her. That's what it was. So she needs to get back to me and let me know. That's why I had some information written down. And then I also have some past prizes. We had a twine pack choice or kit. Oh, I think the twine pack choice is gone. So there's a kit left for Old Mill CJC1. Tutorial of choice for Sharon Fangsrud 4248, and also for Ted Corrine Haas, and for Julaine Stachevich. Sorry. You all have a tutorial of your choice to pick. Let's see here. Nancy St. Pierre 7324, you had a 3D embossing folder or storage case from Tailored Expressions. Same thing with Debbie Reynolds. If you heard your names called out, will you please reach out to me? The prize winners that we have from last week's videos, so after live commenters, I'm going to pull them up. They also have that adhesive deal going on. Hang on, I got to change something on my computer because you can see way too many things there. There we go. All right, so this person, Kimberly Blackburn McCullum, you have the adhesive little conglomerate packet too. If you live in the US, yay, I can mail it to you. If you don't, I can do the tutorial of choice. So you were on Facebook, and I love your comment. Yes, the spotlight on Nature Dies, they were not part of the pre-order. You and I think it was Janine, I think her name was Janine, she emailed me, and a couple other people have commented. Thank you so much for reaching out and saying they weren't on pre-order. They were not. Sorry. It was something I got to pick as a on-stage participant in this extra little thing that we had called on-stage, forgot what it's called, but it was an evening thing and we got to purchase some product and I chose that and that's how I got it. And then our YouTube winner, so thank you for that comment, Kimberly. YouTube winner was Lori Henning, Johnson 7876. Oh my gosh, did you win twice? I think your name was on that other sheet, that other list. Okay, so now we come to the prizes for today, and I see that Lisa has already chosen the winners, so I'm just going to pull them up, and then I'm going to announce what you guys have. Let me grab that comment again, Lisa. I see it. I saw it. There it is. Yay! So our oh, Trisha is with us today. Is Trisha with us today? Oh my gosh. If she is, well, hello, Trisha. I thought you weren't going to be with us today. Okay, well, I'm thrown off. Renee Wolkowski and Deb Fitzgerald, you are the winners for today's prize. And what is it? So you are the live winners, and you have won a code for a 1-month prepaid. I know it's a pricey one. I'm so excited to give that out. So you can, if you're already a subscriber, you can enter that into your account, and it will just override your credit card and give you a month free. If you're not a subscriber, you can start an account and enter that code, and it will give you 1 month free of Paper Pumpkin. So congratulations to our winners. Yay, yes, congratulations. Woohoo! Thank you, Karen, for shouting out a congrats. I'm going to let you guys all go. It's 12:05. I went about 5 minutes over today. Trisha, if you were here today, forgive me. I I just go, especially on a Paper Pumpkin Day. I don't see as many comments because I'm trying not to get distracted. But if you're here, wow, yay. Okay, well, Lisa and Trisha would both be here today. That's it. I think I've gone through all the news. Next week, it will be a pre-recorded, but it will air at the same time, and it's going to be my swap card from our trip. So I'm bringing some swap cards to the Mexico incentive trip. They are behind me, and can you see a peek? Maybe? No, you can't. Ha! They're in a pile. But yeah, I pre-recorded a video. It's going to air at 11 a.m. next Wednesday on May 1st at 11 a.m., right? And then I do have another pre-recorded video coming into play right the day that we're leaving with a kit, the doggy and kitty kit. I've been playing with that and made some alternates like a month ago and finally did the video yesterday. So I hope that you enjoy those. I hope that you enjoy all the ideas. When I come back, we'll be featuring another live on May 8th. It's just going to be fun, fun, fun. Stay tuned to my channel. Make sure that you're subscribed. Give me the thumbs up. It helps with algorithms. Comment too. It always helps with the algorithms when you comment. Share with your friends. I would like to up my subscribers. I reached 50K. I think it was last month. I'd like to kind of go up a little higher. So let's see if we can add some subscribers to the channel. Have a great time, everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks, but don't forget to subscribe because my pre-recorded are going to come in anyways. Have a great week. We'll see you. All right. Bye, everyone. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out.